So here we are in Loket on our new bike on a Suzuki. It's the Work Suzuki Rider. Our first race is in the Czech Republic. A very undulating course. Got a hard track course as well, so it might be difficult for overtaking if we qualify poorly, have a poor race. And we're going to qualify poorly as we're on the back wheel. You can see already going up the hill. Crazy undulation, crazy jumps as well. And for these 2 rounds, I actually practiced for once. I actually went round the circuit beforehand. So these 2 rounds might be the only 2 I actually practiced for, because it had been like a week since I played this game. I just wanted to get back in the groove, okay? Before I recorded these last stint of races. The last third of the season with our new team Suzuki going for the title. 41 points back of Hernandez heading into this round. So we have got to have a very good round to eat into the Dutchman's lead and fight our way back into the title hunt. Let's look at the hard ground there, trying to turn into the corner. It does not want us to go into it. It's going up the hill now, around where we're going to start. The last set of jumps here for a fast 4th gear corner. That's not liking us. It's not biting the tyres. Ground so hard, and now we've got the massive jump. We'll go across the line. 45.5 was the fastest lap. We're just going to do a 52.2. Horrible effort. Actually had a couple crashes on our qualifying effort. As I said, this is a race I actually practiced for. So let's see where we're going to qualify. Last, 8.3 seconds off the top spot, which was taken by the Slovenian. But we're at the back with our buddy Featherstone, the Britos on the Suzuki. But horrible qualifying effort. We really have to have a clean race and not go down. Let's see if we do. So we are lining up at the start. We get a good start. Slightly good start. At least jump Featherstone, who seems to be really back there. And oh, we're almost down. Someone is though. Someone is in the mid pack. Jonas is down. So we've had a good start up to 11th. Or we were up to 11th. We're fighting for a top 10. So the Belgian is down. You're actually in 10th. It's got Tonkov, who's also crashed. Lots of crashes on this opening lap. But no surprise heading into that first corner. And oh, a couple of guys going wide into that tight hairpin. As you saw my qualifying effort as well. Someone went down the inside there. We're up to 8th. So good start. We're ahead of our rival, who's our teammate. The Swiss rider. Oh, we really wheeled it up the hill. We keep hold of the bike. Going up against the fence as we're up to 7th. Making good progress on this first lap. We bash. We're up to 6th. We're making places despite getting into some riders. We're holding on this first lap. We got ahead of the Slovenians. Had a horrible first lap. Nice jump round the outside, will we? But we've got a tight right hand here. So we lose out. We hold on to 6th. That's the important thing, and we have not gotten down yet. Barely accelerate over that jump. As you can see, massively downhill. Oh, brake on the jump there. Seeing first, trying to get away. Looking down the inside, but oh, the bike's not biting. The tyres do not like this surface. We're up to 5th. You can see a podium right in front. As we bash away into 4th. One opening up, this has been us. We're behind Petrov, our Bulgarian buddy. Oh, as we run right into that fast right-hander, we have to take the outside line and try and carry the pace though. That's what we want. It's got all squiddy over the jump. We're trying to make this free ride heading towards the first corner in this second lap, and there's Hernandez right in front, our title rival. as Petrov makes his way by. Nice job from Petrov as, of course, we scrubbed the other way. I wonder who's in the lead though, that's the mystery. They take any pace over that jump, that seems to have worked out well, so we're up to third. We're ahead of Hernandez, importantly, we're taking points off the Dutchman. That's what we want. But now we take some more points and perhaps even take the win. That would be a dream start with Suzuki, wouldn't it? In this final stretch of the championship, just 6 races left to make a difference. With 25 points for a win, there are lots of points up to grab, 150 of them. So, you know what we've got to do. So taking that corner in second gear is actually not that bad, as Hernandez makes it past Petrov as well. He's got the Brit in first on the Kawasaki. That was a good jump there. We've got loads of time. The best thing about this race so far, mistake free. I'm touching wood. That's not going to happen. As we've got just over a lap to go towards where we started. These nice little mound jumps here. He's been in control of this race as well. We've got a nice second gap, over a second gap to Hernandez behind. So we can concentrate on this lead battle heading on to the final lap of this race. Kind of easing off into that jump. As, oh, we almost land on him. To a 43 flat that lap. Looking to the outside, that's never going to work. It's got a 2-second gap behind, so we really can concentrate in this battle for first. Probably should have scrubbed. It's almost over. That's the Slovenians down, one of our title rivals. He really is slow over that mound, and we take the lead on this final lap. That's what we wanted. Take the lead early. Hopefully control the pace on this final lap as we get a bit rugged over the jumps. There's a good battle for third behind. We don't care about that though. We're concentrating on second place and holding on to this lead. This has been the perfect run so far. Get our scrub on, brake, all in the same motion to get round that tight right-hander and then even tighter right-hander as we stay just ahead of the Brit. Getting a slide on even around this track. Didn't expect I'd be saying that. Not a good jump. Not a tight corner. You can see what this it's all about. Big jumps, tight corners. A very hard surface as well. You really want to get into the apex of these corners. You're not going to be making up any time going wide. It's not like some other circuits. This hard track surface. It's got a bit wide, but we're going over the last set of jumps. We've got a second lead on the Brit. So there we go, into the apex. That was much better. For the final time this race, so we go over the big jump and take our debut win with Suzuki. What a race after qualifying last, after a horrible effort over one lap. We do it over 3 by almost 2 seconds over the Brit. And there's Hernandez, he's won the battle for third just over Petrov. But what a dream start to this round. Can we make it in overall though in race 2? That is the big question. So we are at the start again alongside Featherstone. Can we get a good start like last time? No, we can't. Featherstone gets it. Look at that. Didn't know the Brit had it in him. Was it going to go wide? We'll almost get pushed wide as Hernandez is down and we're into the crowd. But we've made it up to 8th despite crashing. Slovenian gets a whole shot. Get a good corner into that right-hander, trying to fight for 6th place here. He's got Libra and Jonas. Oh, we're down. We got clipped as we're going over the jump. Get started, man. As we're down to 13th. This is a very different race from the first one. We had a couple of incidents on this first lap. No surprise. And we're down again into the hairpin. So our teammate is ahead of. We're down to last. We've got it all to do in the second race. Oh, we just cannot carry momentum this campaign. We're winning. We're going down. Just after that streak we had, we looked unbeatable. It's just been tough going since then. It's almost down. It's landed on someone's head. We've got Petrov down there as well. Is that him landing on our head? It was. We really are getting into... He's all over the place, Petrov. Landed on people that are not even there. As we're up to 18th. Dive down the inside. Hopefully make that 16th. Diving down the inside again. We get past our teammate there. Siwa. Maybe that's how you say it. Stress wider. Our only teammate here in this Suzuki team. Oh, tight hairpin. And oh, what? We barely hit it. Well, we're down. We're down to last place again. We're even in somebody. Not something you want to say in a motocross race. Got to 20th. What a horrible first lap. We're battling for the overall and battling for a top 10. So we're in 19th. We've got Petrov behind. We're getting buddy. Made that 18th. Getting it down to third gear for that long right hand. Just getting the traction into the corner. So we clip someone just onto the jump. We make it through. Oh, the opens down. On fourth. It's into the tight hairpin. We've got to be careful of the hairpins, as you've seen on that first lap. Contact somebody so easy to go down, especially on this surface. Hernandez is down. Hernandez is down. He's having a horrible race as well. So that is good to see. As, oh, we're really in for fun. Not the time to do it. Greg Hernandez showing off the Andorran. But he's up to 16th. And we know Hernandez is just in front of us as well. He's got past his Dutchman, his fellow Dutchman. Roggers, fellow KTM rider. As Featherstone got past him as well, up to 17th. Good to see. Having a better race as the Brits fighting for the win again. No surprise there. You could get the overall with how horrible my race is going. He's got a good run up the hill. Up into 15th. Got a bit wide. Don't outbrake ourselves. Did not clip the sign on the inside. That's good. Up into 15. We've got a battle going on in front. We want to join in, fellas, as that's my teammate in front. Battling the Frenchman. Oh no, land on him. Down the inside, we make it 3 wide and we just win out against our teammate. We're making good progress though on this second lap. Let's get down to third gear, get the traction out the corner. Just about doing that. Lifting off slightly because we don't want to go back into the Frenchman over that jump. We've got past just into 12th. Onto this final lap of the race, 42.6. Fastest that I've done so far. We need an even faster on this final lap, I think. We look down the inside of Belgium. Bashing. Handlebars with him. Get off the power, up into 11th. I can see a top 10 right in front. So you lose kind of defence on the outside as well. To hold on. As we are into 10th. And we're down. We stacked it. Let's see a Tonkov in front. Just get going. We had Hernandez behind. Now we're down to 13th. We can still get a top 10 though. It's still right in front of us. As we battle with the Frenchman. With the number 1. Got to be careful. The tight corners. So easy to get someone to go down. But there's Hernandez in that 10th position that we want. Oh, this race has been an adventure. Old habits. Oh, we've got the better of us. We almost stacked it again as the Belgium's gone down. Can't make a move there. We're looking into that fast right hand and over these mounds. So that was a cheeky line. It might have worked. You've got the outside line. Oh, as I say, you can't get the outside line working on this track. So here we go. Inside. Yes, that's it. There's a battle with, I think that's the Kawasaki. We get ahead, we can, into 10th. We got a top 10 in the end. Not the final lap we wanted. Not the result we wanted, but I think I'll take that after 3 or 4 falls that race. So the Brit wins. Where did Hernandez come? 6th. So he gained around 3 or 4 points back. So we're a bit even that round with Hernandez. As you go to the overall, yeah, we've gained 1 point back on the Dutchman. Fantastic round for the Brit. So he'd be really up there. The title battle, he is up into second. We're up into third. Poor round for Hernandez and the Slovenian. But Hernandez still leads by 40 points from myself, 25 points from the Brit. So, status quo, basically. But we are further up there in the championship. That is good to see, because you get some credit and we do get some reputation as well. It's a pretty good debut with Suzuki there, a win and a top 10. But we're heading back to the sand, a favoured surface, and to Belgium and the Mel circuit. So here we are in Belgium, and a very different circuit from the one we just experienced in the Czech Republic. Look how wide open this circuit is. It is fast as well. It is furious. I suspect we're probably going to be seeing the rock round here with Vin Diesel soon. Let's look at this. We can take all of the lines and we're down. On our qualifying effort. Disappointing again on our one lap we've got to do. So we go take the wide line. Look at this. Even the hairpins are wide. Everything is wide around this track. Fantastic circuit. Really do like this. This is kind of the really only majorly slow corner, that hairpin. Everything after this, it is like 5th, 4th gear. You're battling to take it flat out. It is fantastic. So let's try and make up some time. Let's try and get past these couple of fellas who have held us up on a qualifying effort so far, made us crash. So he tapped the guy in front. That's it, jump over him. Nice job, Greg Hernandez. Trying to make up time on this qualifying effort, trying to take that flat out. You can see you've got a couple of corners where you've got to jump, or you can choose to just avoid it as well. Oh, that corner really is taxing, and you get some ruts, and you can really feel you're going sideways as well with the bike through the controller. Very nice feeling. As you can see, just lots of speed. So of course I like this circuit. So here we come to the final jumps. What qualifying effort will we do? A 49.5 is the fastest so far. That's pretty slow. As we do a 44 flat despite going down. So how good is that? For this qualifying effort as we go the session, skip to the end. And Greg Hernandez takes the top spot despite going down. His first top spot with Suzuki. You have the Honda and KTM as the Kawasaki rounds up the top 5. And Petrov rounds up the top 10 with a Kawasaki as well. So good qualifying. Can we follow up in the race though? But of course, here we are. We're taking the inside. That's what we chose then. Can we get a good start? Pretty poor start. But it's pretty flat out these first few corners. As our rival gets the whole shot, and we're battling for him for the lead. Going round the outside though. Oh no, we're down. Oh, we tried to go over the ruts. Not a good idea at all. Let's get going again in 7th place. Got a Frenchman alongside us, who of course we battled with a lot in the Czech Republic. We're not the kind of guy we want to be battling with. We want to be battling right at the front, where the Brit is once again. Got to watch out for him in the title challenge. I've been keeping my eye on Hernandez, but we've got to watch out for him as well, as he's coming on strong. We've got Jonas battling as well for the podium. So we go flat, almost flat out. We're going down the gears here though, to get a good run out of the corner. So Hernandez battling for the podium with our rival. You can see him right in front, up into 5th. Take this corner wide and get a good run out of it. As there is Hernandez. Can we bash down his inside into the hairpin? I think we can. There's Jonas, there's the Brit in front. Look at that side by side into a 4th gear corner. What are you doing? Of course the Brit has to back out. There's Jonas into the lead. Oh god, we're going wide. That Fionn as we've gone down again. Get going. As we drop down to 7th once again. As you can see, we've got pace around here though. So despite a couple of falls, silly falls as well. I don't know why I fell into that corner. I should have just let up on the powers. Oh, getting to the side of someone. We do have the pace around here, so once again into the top 5. Made that 4th. As we've got like past Libert. And the Frenchman with the number 1. We've got Hernandez in front. We've got Jonas. Oh, and the Brit fighting as we get wheel to wheel. Well, title rival. Another poor round for the Slovenian. Really is dropping out this title battle as we are in the final stretch of the season. And despite a couple of falls on this open lap, we're going to cross the line in 3rd place. So let's see if we can not fall on this 2nd lap and take the lead. So that's what we're trying to set up in these opening couple of corners. Again, dropping down to 4th, but hoping to get the run on the exit so they can full advantage of how wide this track is to carry the speed. Another couple of tight corners, going to go wide in this corner, but as you saw, the previous lap, go fantastic run out of it. Looking to the outside, should we make that the inside? Probably should. We do. As we bash wheels with the Kawasaki. I think Hernandez is on the KTM in front, so we've got 3 different manufacturers battling for the win as we take the lead just about. We clip the wheel with that win as well. Through that fast right-hander, I normally would have gone down, but we survived this lap. Take the lead. And now I want to ride off into the sunset, even though it's pretty cloudy overhead, as you can see. Never noticed that, there's a lake on the inside of the track to the right-hand side. So we go a bit wide. 1.4 second lead though. And make it over the jump. It seems to be better to take the jumps rather than avoid them. It can help you carry the momentum a bit more better than just going over flat ground. As you've got to play with the ruts through that corner. You didn't see me do that on the first lap. You've got to keep it on the inside of the ruts. If you go over it, as you saw, you go down. So you kind of follow that through the corner. That's what we did that time around. As this race seems to be flying by. We're almost at the end of the 2nd lap. It's just maybe that circuit just being so fast, so you can see. And that's a 41.5. Great lap time. Let's go on to the final lap of the race. Look at over a 4-second lead on Jonas. We've got an unfair advantage with this bike, myself, around this fast circuit. With these sandy conditions as well, just playing to my hands. Now we come to the couple of tight corners, taking the outside line once again. Get the drive out of the corner, over the jump. Then into the tight right-hander. Kind of hit the inside there, but it didn't cost us too much time as we almost got a 5-second lead. This is the kind of track we want about at this time of the season to really gain points back on the top 2. There's all the Belgians down. His home race. Van Donkink. Disappointing to see as the Brit rails into 2nd place ahead of Jonas. Latvian. So over halfway through this final lap. So we really are hooked up with the circuit now. Over a 7-second lead. So a bit disappointing to see that race pace is just miles above everyone else. As we go down over that right again. Shouldn't matter though. As I had almost 9-second lead. It's been cut in half now. But I think it's safe to say we're still leading. As we go over the final set of mounds for the final corner, lift slightly, get on the power hard now though. With the final jump and cross the line to take the opening race win in Belgium. Ahead of Jonas, the Brit in 3rd. Hernandez in 4th. Look how close it was, behind half a second covering those 3. Frenchman in 5th. Covered in just outside of the top 10. With my teammate down in 9th on the Suzuki, so at least he got a top 10. Slovenian down in 7th. So good points in the opening race the weekend, but can we make it in overall though? I guess with our pace in that first race, it'd be no surprise if we did. We got to survive the first lap much better than we did first time around as we get underway. Another poor start. With these flat corners, we're able to make up time and take the lead already. From the Slovenian, once again got the whole shot. Going a bit slower into that right-hander, using that rut. That major rut. Get round. And now it might get a bit boring. As we've got the Frenchman behind, taking second over the Slovenian. I've given up pronouncing names, as you may have guessed, at this stage. But we know who our rivals are, we know who we've got to beat. And it's basically everyone. But we've majorly got to beat the Brit, who's battling for third now. And Hernandez, who's maybe battling being a top 5 at the moment. As you can see, the Brit taking third now from the Slovenian. This is where they gain time on me in this section, AI. This is where Hernandez has got to be careful of not getting overtaken on this first lap. And it looks like we've got enough of a lead. Yeah, we've got half-second lead over the Frenchman. He's having a good race. Having a good weekend as well. So they're slightly with their right-hander, but using the whole width of the track, like you can do around it. There's no real one line. It's not like in the previous race where I had to be on the inside because of the hard surface. Otherwise, the bike was just not getting into the apex of that corner or really going around it with any speed. Around here, you can see so many multiple lines. So the main thing to do is just carry the speed. And we've got over a 2-second lead now behind. Let's go into what was the first corner of the race. And I got distracted there because I could see the other riders as well. And oh, into that rut. We're down again. Get going. I don't want to lose the lead. I'm going to try and make this race interesting, it seems, by going over that rut once again. Remember, we learned our lesson into that corner. Thought I had after the first race, but on this first lap of the second race, down twice there. But we keep the lead as we cross the line for the first time. And on to the second lap, we've got a half-second lead behind. So we haven't pulled it out, but mainly due to the falls that you see. So now we're keeping it in 5th, just balancing the throttle through that first corner. Seem to do it well. As we approach the tight corners, brake on the outside and get the run out of it. Seem to be doing that well. Most important, we're seeing of the championship here, so where's Hernandez going to finish? Because he's got Frenchman, as you can see behind in a comfortable second, it seems like. He's got the Brit as well in the Kawasaki. As the Frenchman goes down. Also got the Slovenian, perhaps having a good race. So Hernandez could be losing major points to us in this race, as I probably should have scrubbed there. So we'll scrub there. Little mini one. It's got a 2.5 second lead behind. Going over the jump again. That's probably the best we've taken it so far. And the best we've taken that first corner as well. Getting the back end out slightly. Now here we go. Off the power. Hug the inside like your granny. There we go. That's much better. It's got almost a 4-second lead heading to the end of this second lap. As we approach the final lap of this race. Final lap in Belgium and a very successful outing. And it looks like for Hernandez. The Andorran looked like he might have been slightly out of the title battle before this episode, but he is dragging himself back into it. It appears it could be his 3rd win for Suzuki since joining the team for this final stretch of the season. As we've got an almost 6-second lead behind. 3 wins in 4 races, not bad. Not a bad team to move to. Seems like he's made a very wise decision, Hernandez, hasn't he? For his title aspirations in the MX2 class. And if he wins this title, you might even see him in MXGP soon. Let's look at an almost 7-second lead. As we ease off through that corner, going a bit wide, so we went through it. And we don't want to tempt fate by, being right up against the side of the tracks here. That's risking another fall, then it could turn into a battle. Because snowball as well, having a fall and another fall. Don't want that, we just want to be a bit cautious on this final lap. It's almost a second slower to that split time than we were on the previous lap. That shows that we're backing off slightly, but not a lot. So we come to the tricky corner on this track. There we go. Hooked it up nicely with that mound. Or with that rut, sorry. We're coming to the mounds, the set of mounds that signal the end of this lap. Nice jump on the first one. Lined up beautifully. Look at that. That's how you take them. As we go through the final corner. Over the final jump and across the line to take the oval. Complete a perfect weekend for Greg Hernandez. And wins by over 12 seconds. From the Frenchman and the Brit who round out the podium with a couple of Kawasaki's. Hernandez down in 4th. Leiber rounds out the top 5 in his home race on the Yamaha. 4 different manufacturers in the top 5. 5 different manufacturers in the top 6 with Davinian and Sip. With a teammate rounding out the top 10. So perfect weekend where he takes loads of points out of the top 2. But he still remain in 3rd place, just 5 points behind the Brit though. Kawasaki now 26 points back off Hernandez. That's just about a race win. With 4 races remaining, or 4 rounds remaining, 8 races remaining. So still lots to play for. But what a weekend though. As you get the maximum reputation as well. So a fantastic pair of rounds there for Greg Hernandez. But we're heading back to some more sand next time out. Looks like we're returning to Italy for the final time this season. Then we'll be going to Holland and the final European round of the season in Athens. So fantastic debut though with Suzuki. Can Greg Hernandez keep it up and drag himself back into that title battle even more? Find out next time. South watching, and I will see you then.